Yo, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Morning Market Report. It is Tuesday, January 6th. We got a little bit of a mixed bubbles here on the charts today, guys. We do have Trump getting ready to speak here soon. He at the Republican retreat. He's going to be speaking here in a little while. Also, that's breaking news. That's developing news. That's just coming out. Also, we're watching very closely the data that just came out and the impact on the market of that. What is it? It's more PMI. This is for services. We did manufacturing PMI earlier in the week, and we're going to be breaking that down. We're going to be taking a look at a couple of other things. Iran unrest deepening now. We talked about that last week about what's going on in Iran, and now we're going to see how they're reacting to us going in and plucking Maduro out of Venezuela. Now, a lot of Iranians calling for us to do the same over there. That's some new news coming in. Also, what else do I have here? Bitcoin being used to grow tomatoes, guys. Actually, pretty cool story. We're going to talk about that. And then also some news on Poly Market there, quietly coming in and going, hey, here's some taker fees. Don't worry about it. We're just going to make some money off of it. A lot of stuff to go through today. We're going to get into maybe this Venezuela. Are they hiding 600,000 Bitcoin and a whole lot more? So let's go ahead. Let's make this thing happen, guys. Class is in session. Welcome and good morning. Welcome to the Morning Market Report. Appreciate everybody being here. You guys are awesome. We are simulcasting right now on X as well as YouTube. So if you're on either one of those, drop a chat and we'll give you a shout out. Right now, though, let's go ahead and give a shout out to my very late incoming host, co-host here, OC guy. What's up, dude? How you doing, man?
I'm doing fantastic. Just a little bit. It feels like jet lag going back and forth from customers since we have like 1 hour difference. My alerts go crazy, and sometimes I just get distracted, and I don't know. I still getting used to it. But
It's
yeah,
all good.
sometimes
It's all
one
good. We're
hour early.
here. We're here as a family, so it's all good.
Absolutely.
Cool. That just tripped me out. I guess my wife's printing something. The printer over there started moving. I was like, "What is that noise?" I lived in El Paso for too long. We get our crazy earthquakes down there. So, good morning, everybody. Let's go over
Really?
ahead. Let's go ahead. Yeah, we get. Oh yeah, we get them all the time in El Paso, man. Let's go talk about the chat. Let's go give a shout out for Kerr is in here. I think the first person in here this morning is not shown, but he said good morning. I just good morning to you too, man. I can't even see it. It's up to too high. It's too high. But we got off Kerr in here. We got Joe Watkins joining us, Makoshi No Dinero, CJ Taylor, my bro, Robert Mulligan, Alexandra G. She put the pie bear. Did you notice something about the pie bear today, though, guys? Anybody notice something about the pie bear? Take a look at it again. Pie Bear's wearing bull horns. Okay, so we're still watching for some bullish plays to come in. However, we are at some key resistance. We're going to go over that in just a second. Who else we got in here? We got Loco for Crypto in here with us this morning. Appreciate you being here. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Trade Intuition, bingo, bango, bro. What's up, man? Bitcoin Bunker. He said, good morning, Piper. Glad to be back. I'm glad to have everybody back, and I'm glad to be back. So I just got here. Did it just start? Yeah, we just started. We start now at 10:15 a.m. Because Alex O is going over by 15 minutes every day. Veritech, what's up, Bill? How you doing, man? So we're going to be lining up with him. Silver Days is in here also, and a whole lot more. Appreciate everybody that's joined us in here. We got 95 people currently watching right now, and over here on YouTube. How many we got on YouTube? 98. 98. So one person on X and 98 on YouTube. I will take all of y'all, the OGs and the otters. Drop the otters in the chat, and drop the drop anything. I don't care what you put in the chat. Drop something. OC though, how are you doing today, man? How are you feeling about the market? We talked last week about the breakout of that gamma levels on options, and I said if we break out of this, look for a big move. That's what we would be seeing there. Jasmine's on fire. Thoughts? Thanks, Piper. Acts 2:21. That's the first person to chapel today, too. Yeah, we'll get to take a look at that, Jasmine. I'll have OC pull that up here in a little bit if you can get that ready. But OC, we got the breakout. We told everyone that we would likely be moving into range. Here, I'll go ahead and pull it up. I said if we break this $89,000 range, that we would likely be heading pretty quickly into the golden pocket. We're getting all of our resistance at the 618. We called this out to the penny. $94,237.06. Your thoughts on what's going on with the markets right now? Is this a sustained rally? Are we going to continue up? What are you seeing? Let's get over to your chart on Bitcoin. I know you got Jasmine probably pulled up. We're going to do that afterwards. But I want you to tell us what you're seeing on Bitcoin. Is this just some Wyckoff distribution? Is this a relief rally? Can we put any faith in this? Because as the thumbnail said, we're in Pump City right now, but is there a storm on the horizon? What are you seeing on the charts, OC?
All right. So far we are at the top of the range. If we're talking about the Wyckoff distribution, it actually fits like within the in a Wyckoff distribution, or in maybe also in a Wyckoff reversal, and that is because we're still within the phase that I call the little range, right? So little range, V-shaped recovery, and then a high, not higher than the previous range. That gives us 70% chances of ranging, and ranging we're doing, right? So right here we are at a resistance, and our areas of resistance, it's right here. Let me mark it for you guys. So it's in between this range. So as you can see, we are in the resistance zone, right? So we make it through the dynamic reactor. We break out, retest, continuation through that dynamic reactor for hours. We are also pushing above that zero line, right? And as you can expect, or as you can see, we were expecting that rounded movement and then coming back around. Something important that I'm seeing at this moment, it is our money flow. Our money flow is pushing. We are not ranging, and we are about to break the bigger pattern, right? So could we maybe go higher, Pump City? Maybe actually things are turning around in the good way, right? Not only that, if we start drawing some other trend lines, and let me just get rid of this ones in here, we can see, yeah, let's just get rid of that one. We can see that we are going for the breakout of this trend line, right? So it's not about the breakout, it's about the retest. But in the long-term scenario, it's not about the breakout. We are looking for that retest. It's true that we might not have a retest, but if we start turning on our support and resistances, let me just throw in here all at once. It's gonna get messy, so hold on with me or bear with me here. There it is. You can start seeing that we're forming. Oh, come on, just way too messy. We can start seeing here that we are bunching up right at the bottom of the price action. Let me zoom in once again, and let's take a look at how what things are forming right down below here, right? So first, let's get started with predictive ranges. Sorry, with quantum reactor. So let's turn it on. Let's wait for that second. All right. As you can see right here, we have an engulfing candle coming back down. We have a volume profile bar magnifier right here, also building up where the dynamic reactor is at, right? We have our quantum reactor coming or pushing up. But most importantly, we have a support line right down there and a liquidity zone. We also have a another predictive range right down there. And where is it? Here, smart money areas right here. And what else? Here's where I wanted to get to. There we go. Order blocks right below us. They're soft in there 50-50 or almost 50-50, which means we should not be expecting that like big push out of those two ones. But we should be expecting some light pushing here. So we still need to wait for what's going to happen at this area. But I have some interesting stuff. Let me just say that we're gonna get in here, all right, somewhere around 92, 72, so 91K, 92K, 72. And then the next push will be determined by our flip of the ribbon. I mentioned that we should not be expecting a big push out of these just two order blocks because they're 50-50. But remember, we also have a support zone right there. We have a predictive range right there, and we have dynamic reactor coming in strong here. All right. So that means the added confluence that we might have here might actually be the defining factor to push higher on this zone. All right. So let me go over to other. Yes. Let me go to other charts really quickly. Nonetheless, big perspective, we're above the zero lining here. We're bullish. All right. We are about to break the range, and we have zero consolidation, which means we're trending. So here's the deal. I am expecting a little pushback, all right, pullback, and then if we're able to have that flip of the ribbon as we're expecting, the turning around of that oscillator will be diminished or basically forgotten. But we're not out of the blue until we do this. That will actually consolidate the movement. And guess what is it happening? 99, 97, basically very, very close to 100K, which is the maximum that we've been waiting. All right. Let me go very quickly with yesterday's chart. Let me just save this one. And by the way, today I'm going to be coming back to trade setups with OC. So since everything has gone back to normal, I'm also going to be taking back the show. So let's go. All right. So if you take a look at the daily, we're getting closer to the dynamic reactor. Remember that yesterday I mentioned, hey, we might have enough of a chance to grasp that area right there, right? Not only that, there it is. Remember, we were looking into our resistance zone at these areas. We're just breaking through. And remember, right now, we need to modify our there we go, resistance area to reflect the new price allocation or the new resistance allocation, I would say. So let me just click here really quickly. So update it in real time for you guys. And it seems like I was able to move it. All right, so like this. All right, so basically we're not out of the resistance zone, and we should be looking for either a short or a breakout retest continuation. But so far, so good. It seems like we are in the good steps. And very important, if we see a ranging here, so if we reject and do some ranging while we start saying these kind of things, because this is just me, guess where is the capitals is flowing to. So this will actually be fitting with the end of the bull market, where we see capital flowing out of the Bitcoin, then flowing out of top 100, and then flowing into meme coins or lower than 100 into the 100 cap, right? So if we start seeing these random pops, well, Bitcoin stays in its place or creating a flat pulse of bearish continuation, that will be very, very worrying, because we will be significant, or come on, signifying the end of the bull market. But let me throw it back to you, Piper.
Awesome. Appreciate that, man. Let's go ahead and jump in on the news. And we'll come back and look at the higher time frames, what I'm seeing on the charts, why I think there might be a storm on the horizon. But right now, we're going to continue watching this pump. It is absolutely beautiful to see it. I do want to point out on that daily chart that you were showing, though. We talked about this when it was on the 4 hour about that quantum reactor printing into a red, and how that usually we go back up to retest it. If we see this on the daily and we look at where this could be moving to, I think you're getting Discord notifications through your sound system, man. I thought it was mine. It's yours. I see it now. If we look at this level here, guys, we're talking about $111,000 Bitcoin here. So we are keeping that in mind. But right now, looking very, very oversold on the daily here on the oscillator. So let's go ahead and jump over into the news and get that set up. Let me move that over here, because we got quite a bit of news to go through today still. And I'll get this rolling, man. It's news time. Let's go. Over to the news. Looking at the news today, guys. First of all, into the Cryptoverse metrics here. What are we looking at here today? Let's refresh it. I want to make sure I got the most up-to-date data there for you guys. Yeah, there we go. Crypto market cap right now, total sitting at $3.233 trillion. We're back above 3 trillion and holding it pretty well. The trend on this coming in at $4.653 trillion. Under valuation now is only about 30% from that fair trend. And we are moving back up towards it. If we were to return to the trend line, guys, if we were to return to that trend line, that would put, let's see, where are we right now? If we were to return to that trend line, let's get the mark on there. There we go. That would put fair value right now at $4.67 trillion. So we would be looking at an entire $1 trillion increase just to make it back to that trend line. That would be a pretty phenomenal move. Currently, right now, the current wristband on Bitcoin sitting at 42.8. Let's go take a look at Solana, see what that's at 54.4, XRP 67.6. XRP, very heated on the wristbands. Be careful if you're buying up XRP right now. Bitcoin dominance right now, looking at that with stablecoins, we're at 58.11%. Take away the stablecoins, and we are sitting there at 63.98%. Go take a look at the liquidations for the past 24 hours, almost $500 million, guys. In the past 24 hours, 125,126 traders got liquidated. Total liquidations coming in at $465.3 million in liquidations. Largest single liquidation. Holy balls, man. Bitcoin trade on HTX OC. It was a single trade with the liquidation of $91.3 million on a single trade loss.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Oh my God. Okay, who are you? Get out of trading. You do not belong in trading, whoever you are. Looking here at the bookmarks that I got on X marks the spot today, guys. Current crypto fear and greed sitting in fear at 44. But we're on the threshold of breaking into neutral, getting out of the fear finally. That's good to see. Just in, Morgan Stanley filed for a Bitcoin trust. Morgan Stanley has filed for an S1 for its Bitcoin trust, a potential spot ETF styled product aimed at high net worth clients. They're about to open the door for some more big players, big whales to come in. Of course, we know what whales do to the markets. It's not always a good thing, but hey, Morgan Stanley getting into the game now too for their high end earners. Yeah, we're going to talk about this. I have an article on it. I want to see if this plays first. So this is this was on the news yesterday on CNBC. Let's see here. Let's see if it plays.
Since for going back a decade now, my reporting was back in 2017. Because of spiraling inflation of the Bolivar, a lot of people had turned to cryptocurrencies, mining Ethereum and Bitcoin in their homes in order to just have a stable source of cash. But the other side of this is the fact that there are multiple reports that the government itself has been looking to evade sanctions by doing sales of oil in Tether, which they then move into Bitcoin. And so much of this market moves on sentiment. So even the promise that perhaps the U.S. government, when they came in, might seize these assets, hold on to it, that's a bull case for Bitcoin if you have a stockpile such as that that isn't being liquidated.
All right, very interesting stuff. Very quickly, because we got to go. Is it a tailwind for just Bitcoin or also Ethereum, Solana, and some of these other coins?
It's a rising tide lifts all ships. In fact, XRP has had outsized performance. And when you see one altcoin do particularly well, it really is one of these signs of a risk-on environment.
All right, Mackenzie Sagalos, great to see you as always. Thank you very much.
So there we go. We got that. We'll go look at this article here a little bit, guys. Is Venezuela hiding 600,000 Bitcoin reserve? Analysts remain unsure. But let's get down in here and see what it's saying. The U.S. capture of Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro has renewed questions over whether Venezuela holds an undisclosed Bitcoin reserve, which analysts says remains unproven. On Saturday, investigative journalist Bradley Hope outlined a theory that Venezuela may be holding hidden Bitcoin reserves worth about $60 billion, claiming that its government has been converting gold into cryptocurrency over several years. Sources describe a Swiss lawyer who controls wallet access, Hope said in the co-authored report published by the investigative newsletter Well Hunting, raising questions about the alleged involvement of Alex Saab, Venezuela's Minister of Industry and National Production, who has been sanctioned by the U.S. So where does this figure come from? Speculation that Venezuela may hold up to 600,000 Bitcoin has drawn attention, particularly as trackers like BitcoinTreasuries.net suggest that the country accumulated just 240 Bitcoin since 2022. The 600,000 figure is not based on on-chain evidence. Rather, it's a mathematical estimation derived from Venezuela's gold sales. So they've been selling this gold and converting it over there, including a 73-ton sale last year, which accounted for about 40% of the country's gold reserves. If they actually possess 600,000 Bitcoin, and then they managed to fool a lot of blockchain analysts. So there you go. Probably some truth to that, but that 600,000 Bitcoin, probably not a true number there that they're saying. And then Tom Lee here talking about $250,000 Bitcoin in 2026. Let's take a listen.
The new Fed. That probably is the reason we have some fear this year. But there's a lot of things to be optimistic about. You know, the tariffs are anniversarying. The Fed is cutting. And, you know, the ISM could finally turn back above 50, and that's good news. And, you know, we are pretty optimistic about some groups that have lagged, like energy is one of our top sector picks this year.
With the Mag 7.
And the Mag 7 should still keep producing good earnings growth. And then the financials and small caps. So it's like a lot of things that could go right in the market.
The 7,700, so do we get a 10% gain in earnings and the multiple stays where it is? Is that your thesis, basically?
I think earnings will do even better.
And the multiple comes down.
Yeah, so it's because other sectors are re-rating, but the Mag 7 might just track their earnings growth. So that'll pull the overall PE down.
Once again, not only are you telling us we're going to be up, you're even telling us when it's going to go down, when it's going to go up. You got a number, 7,700. You're back on the horse of predicting Bitcoin, even though it didn't work out last year.
It did not.
Your
keep that in mind.
Not hit, and you know, it's like I would not say that you're a terrible financial advisor based on trying to predict Bitcoin. I don't know who could do that, so I'm not going to hold your feet to the fire, but. As I said, you're getting right back on the horse. 250,000?
Yeah, you can bleep me out too if I just say the number.
Yeah, that'd be good for you. That we don't care. I'm trying to protect you. Yeah, 250.
Yeah,
250,000, not $250, which some people still have as a forecast.
So there you go. $250,000 Bitcoin is what he's thinking in 2026. Of course, he was very wrong last year on that, so keep that in mind also. But yeah, that's some interesting X marks the spot stuff there. Looking at the TradFi market today, let's give this a refresh and see how this is looking for us. Right now, the S&P, the Dow Jones, the NASDAQ, all sitting in the green. Dow Jones is up about 0.3%. S&P about 3.36 there, and the NASDAQ about 0.4% to the upside. Russell 2K, your small caps, sitting to the upside about 0.22, and the VIX volatility index sitting low. That's a good sign to see. We like to see that a lot. So how's the bonds market looking? Bonds market making a resurgence again to the upside, sitting at 4.189% there. And then gold. Gold is up today, guys, back to $4,488, up 0.84%. Silver on a kick-ass rally, up 5% on the daily, sitting back above $80. Remember, $83 was its high point. And then copper up 1.63%. How's platinum and palladium looking? Both upside over 5% each today. Palladium up 5.37, or up 5.69. Platinum up 5.37. Let's take a look at the crypto bubble, see how we're looking here. A little bit of pullback on the hourly across the board here, but Bitcoin's still up on the daily, about 0.4%. Ethereum's up 3.6%. XRP, again, I just showed you the risk levels that we're sitting at on XRP. Be careful. It is up 10.1% on the daily, though. Solana's up 5.5%. BNB up 2%. Other big movers, Cardano up 4.6% at 42 cents per token. Chainlink is up 3.6%. Zcash up 4.7%. Monero's up 2.9. Leo token taking a little fall back there, but look at SWE. Holy balls again, 16.8% move on SWE in the past day right now, 24-hour period. And rounding out that top 20, we got Hyperliquid, Litecoin, and Athena, USDE. Looks like we got a little deep head going on here, guys. Moving down its market cap, but nothing horrible, but we like to see this thing stay around that dollar mark and getting a little bit of a little bit more than what we typically see, $1, 0.99999 USDE on Athena sitting 9995. So people are watching that. Arbitrage obviously will take place there. Economic data, looking at this, we did get some S&P composite today, PMI. Earlier this week, we did get manufacturing PMI, and we talked about that. It was in contraction. Looking at the services PMI, was at 54.1, was expected to be 52.9, came in below that at 52.5. So what on this? Basically, not in contraction. We're above 50. but we are seeing it cooling down. And so is services matching up with that manufacturing that's already in contraction? Something to keep an eye on there. We don't like to see this thing cool. We like to see it stay above 50 and at least hold at its level or go up. Even the composite PMI 54.2 came in down to 52.7, missing expectations and consensus on that also. So keep in mind, this data came out this morning, 9:45 Eastern Standard Time, and that was about the time we got a lot of volatility in the markets because we're seeing weakness in another sector of the economic pillars. I think that's it there. No, Iran unrest. Let's talk about this. Iran unrest deepens as the U.S. attack in Venezuela sharpens Trump intervention threat. I don't know why they keep calling it this. I mean, I this is CNBC. They're pretty neutral, but the U.S. attack. There was law enforcement involved in that activity. So this was the indictment of. This was the capture and arrest of an indicted criminal recognized under federal international law that they did. So there was law enforcement involved in that, not just Delta Force, if anybody's wondering. But anyway, I digress. Let's get into this. Widespread anti-government protests have roiled Iran for over a week. We talked about this on the show here recently. Mad Love alumni. What's up? Darren Does Things DDT. Member for 7 months, dropping some love there for the alumni. Appreciate you, DDT. The unrest spreading, which began in Tehran's bazaar on December 28th, is fueled by growing frustrations with long-running economic crisis in Iran and has turned increasingly violent in recent days, as at least 29 people have been killed and more than 1,200 arrested. Remember, Trump told Iran, if you act out on protest with violence, we will respond in kind. Like, he's given this warning. So anti-regime demonstrations have spread over 250 locations across 27 of Iran's 31 provinces. Tehran sought to quell the protests with Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei saying Saturday that rioters must be put in their place, a remark widely interpreted as a signal for security forces to end the demonstration. Now they are getting themselves into even more of an uproar, screaming death to the dictator in reference to Khamenei. Rising risk of U.S. intervention. In social media posts last Friday, Trump vowed that the U.S. would defend the protesters if they were attacked, warning that Washington was locked and loaded and ready to go if Iranian authorities used violence against peaceful demonstrations. The warning carried added weight after the U.S. forces captured Venezuela's Maduro over the weekend and brought him to New York to face trial this week. So that's what I got there on the news today, guys. Let's go ahead and jump over into the dual cam over here and let's talk about what I'm seeing on the chart. Let me get this in there. There we go. And let's get this chart up here and talk about the storm on the horizon. Again, we do have a red quantum reactor up here. If we do go up there, that's going to be a key level of pushback around 110, 111. Right now, though, this 618, 94,237.06. I keep saying this number to you guys about this golden pocket, the 618. This exact amount has not changed in weeks, and we keep seeing resistance at this level. Right now on the daily, getting a rejection there again. Now, the storm on the horizon, it's this red storm here, guys. As you guys saw on that thumbnail, there was a Pump City. We're in Pump City, but we've got this big I win. Remember, for 23 months. Alex, though, your graduation cap is going to change in 1 month. You're going to get a gold graduation cap at the 24-month mark. Shout out to Alex O Crypto. This is the level I'm watching here. It's the red box, not pink. Alex likes pink boxes. My box is red. We like to differentiate. This is the storm on the horizon that I'm watching, though, and it is the bull market support band, now known as the bear market resistance band, and the 52-week SMA. That level again coming in at 98,464. So even if we are to go and get to that daily level that we're talking here, that 110, 111, we start getting up there, we've got to break through this. Here's the thing. If we go up to here, and we reject it like this 111 mark. Let's go back and take a look at this, and let's put that level on here, 111. It's going to be somewhere right in there, okay? Somewhere right in there is going to be that 111 mark. If we get up here and we break through this range of the 52-week simple moving average and the bull market support band, then we're probably going to go up to that level. We could reject there, come down, find strength on this, and that would be a change of the environment for me on the assessment. I think at that point, if we find that support after that rejection, probably going to go back up, break through that quantum reactor, and then we have a whole new game to play called chase the candle, right? So feeding winners is always a good thing. I'm not afraid to feed some winners. So but OC, let's kick it back over to you. We got about 15 minutes. Let's take a look at that Jasmy. And then I want to come back and talk about a couple of articles that I do have here. One being Polymarket and their initiation of fees now that they're starting. And then also this really cool story that we have on tomatoes being grown with Bitcoin mining heat. What do you got for us over there on Jasmy and maybe a couple of other altcoins now?
Absolutely. So looking at Jasmine right here, we see that, well, it seems impressive, but just be careful at buying the tops, right? Remember this kind of coins and any kind of coins, especially right now that we see in Bitcoin getting stuck in the range, and just with a little bit of that push on Bitcoin, we see huge rallies like this one. Remember, that is one of the signals to see that rotation of capital to meme coins and to altcoins under the 100 mark cap, all right? But that the danger with that is that, well, you need to buy them at the breakout retest or your confirmation buy signal or bullish trending here, right? So getting them at the very top, especially getting very close to a ranging area such as this zone here, it's pretty dangerous, right? So could we still go higher? Yes, we haven't had the flip of the ribbon. If we take a look at here, we can still push a little bit higher. And let's bring up our RSI Prime. And we'll see that at this point, yes, we're having a lot of tiny candles. And tiny candles, they tend to be the tipping point of the chart, right? So how far can we go? Well, we have a huge resistance right now. And then we have another huge order block right in here, right above us. So does that mean that we are going to go all the way up? Well, it's not for sure, but seems like we might have another even push somewhere around here and then having a rejection. I would actually be looking for a rejection short and Jasmine rather than buying it right here at the top. If you're planning to buy Jasmine, I don't know if this is going to continue. It doesn't seem like it's going to continue. Until we have confirmation. So let's bring up my indicators in here. And I see all the way down some support first in here and then right here with some smart money entries, right? So I would rather wait for this kind of movement. And if we're able to sustain that trend line with this low somewhere around this area right here and this area right there, well, then on the way up, so basically doing something like that, all right, and doing something like that on your money flow, well, then that's what I'll be jumping in for long. But in the meantime, I don't think that I'm going to be longing Jasmine anytime closer because the movement has already played out. I will be looking to long something like, let me see if I have it in here on hand. Um, was it AVAX? Yeah, for example, AVAX, right? If you take a look at the 4 hour, it's still at the same time. And I'm not sending you to long AVAX right now. It's not a signal right now, but this is something that I'm keeping an eye on, right? And why is that? Because we have this trend line in here, okay, and it's broken. We have broken the trend line. We have found some support in here. We're going up. I'm looking for another retracement continuation to get a parabolic movement to somewhere around 2060, right? So as you can see, we haven't had the huge run up, for example, in AVAX, and this could be one of those that can run. All right, let me go and take a look at some other one. For example, Tron looking like the same. All right. So let's go over this. And when we see this trend line, well, we're making a flat pass and seems to be like a bearish continuation. Let's see if we have any reversals in here. Yep, we are looking at reversals. Let's see if we can load any. And oh, my bad. Let me turn this one off. And we do have two reversals. So basically, this has broken the cycle of being a flat pause of bearish continuation, and we could start looking for a breakout, which we already have, breakout retest, and then continuation. So I'll be looking for that flip of the ribbon and some volume metrics to start going upwards. So far on TRX, I'll be looking for this would be, oh man, it went out of my head. BOS breakout continuation to trade it all the way to 31 cents. But yeah, I mean, talking about Jasmine, not really something that I'm going to be chasing after.
All right. Shout out to Crypto Billy, guys. Make sure you guys tune in to Crypto Billy tonight on Billy Goat Tales on X. Alexander G dropping the link in the chat because I'm psychic like that. I know she will be. But make sure you guys tune in to Billy Goat Tales tonight with Crypto Billy, DD, Dave Digital, who was lurking over there. He's at the gym. He said he was working on girl exercises. So evidently Dave Digital doing some Kegels. But I want to show you guys this clip real fast. I love you, Dave Digital. Make sure you guys tune in over there. I want to show you this clip real fast. I saw this yesterday and I was like, it was from Wildlife Uncensored. But I said, this is your tax returns because it is tax return season, guys. So make sure you check out decrypted.tax for all your tax needs. He is a certified accountant and a tax attorney, and all the information for him is down below. But here's your tax returns. This is Uncle Sam right here, okay? And he's taking this rock. He came in, took your paycheck. Took your paycheck. Then he comes around and he looks at you and he gives you your paycheck back like he gave you something when really it was your rock the whole time. So there's a nice little analogy of what tax season really is from the Wildlife Uncensored. Hey, here, look, I brought you a rock. Yeah, it was yours the whole time. So make sure you guys check out tax season. Get ready for it and check out decrypted.tax. Don't chase. Attract the things you want and they will come your way. Black and Chan said, good point there. All right, OC, Poly Market. Let's talk about it, man. You've been talking about Poly Market while I was gone the whole time. And here comes Poly Market, OC, quietly introducing taker fees on 15-minute crypto markets. Prediction market platform Polymarket updated its documentation to show that 15-minute crypto up or down markets now carry taker fees, marking a departure from its long-standing zero-fee trading model. Now, the Maker Rebates program and trading fees both updated sections of the site's documentation. The prediction market platform has enabled taker-only fees on 15-minute crypto markets to fund liquidity incentives for market makers. What do you think about this? Was this their plan the whole time? Let's get people to use us. Look, we're cheap. We got all this. And then once they build themselves up a little bit and get a little bit of support behind them, then they start taking the fees. Was that the plan the whole time? Is this just another exchange now, OC? What's your thoughts?
Oh man, I mean, just so if you didn't know, guys, the big business of exchanges are fees. They get the fees regardless you make money or you don't, right? As long as you're trading, and that's why you're gonna be seeing a lot of, hey, trade now, here's $50 for futures, right? Because they also get fees, especially from futures, because it's just a contract, you're not getting the real stuff, right? So they have production of those contracts, especially when they're talking about their own ecosystem. And when we're talking about stuff like, poly markets and other areas like this, well, making a bet, putting up a trade, they charge you a fee, they get the fee. So I think that is a real business of exchanges, and it's to be understandable, right? But I would say that they would have first advertise it before just changing it. That would be less aggressive of a feel. But yeah, I believe it's just one more of those things.
Just one more, just one of those things. Do you like this? It's like a drug dealer, man. Hey, let me give you a free sample.
Yes.
Free sample here. Just try, give it a try. It's the best on the street. And then now you are, gonna come back again and again and again.
Yeah, and it's like if you translate that to
You
brokers,
gotta do that
on
15-minute Poly Market.
it actually feels like the crypto brokers, right? Hey, no KYC. Hey, yay, perfect. Let's get started trading, and then KYC required. And it's like,
Facts.
man.
Facts.
Yeah.
Hate all that. All right, let's get over the last article here. Canaan's New initiative plans to help grow tomatoes with the heat from Bitcoin mining. This is actually a really cool story, man. I dig this. If you don't know, greenhouses require a lot of energy to make them moist and hot, right? I know someone just got triggered by that word, but okay. Hardware manufacturer Canaan has launched a new proof of concept project that blends Bitcoin mining with agriculture, deploying liquid cooled computing equipment to recover waste heat for use in a commercial greenhouse in Canada. The initiative announced Tuesday is designed to test whether high density computing infrastructure can function as a practical source of supplemental heat in cold climates rather than venting the excess energy into the air. The 3 megawatt pilot is being carried out in partnership with Bitforest Investment, which will host the equipment at the greenhouse site. Under an initial 24-month agreement, Canaan will deploy 360 of its Avalon 460T liquid cooled computing servers housed in 4 containerized cooling modules, with the host targeting 95% uptime for the equipment. And then they will take that heat generated by the mining machines and be captured through a closed loop heat exchange system and then used to preheat intake water for the greenhouse's electric boilers. Based on current assumptions, Canaan estimates that around 90% of the electricity consumed by the computing servers will be transferred to the heating system, though the company noted actual performance metrics will only be confirmed once they actually get it operational. Canaan said the project will allow it to evaluate key performance indicators for agricultural applications under real operating conditions, including heat recovery. But typically, when they use these, they rely on fossil fuel boilers for primary heating, and several regions, including Canada, have introduced carbon pricing to encourage lower emission alternatives. Canaan said the combined system is designed to circulate up to 1 million tons of hot water annually by recycling heat that would otherwise have been wasted. So, look, Bitcoin fixes that evidently. Now they can shut off a good majority, if not all, of those fossil fuel burning boilers and use that excess heat to heat the water and grow food with it. So, Bitcoin tomatoes, will they be bigger and juicier in 2026? We'll find out. OC, your thoughts on this, man? Food production brought to you by Bitcoin.
Oh man, that's pretty wild. I mean, that would be something that I would like to see, but depending on how that evolves, I don't think that it's gonna become something like a real thing here. Other than I don't know, theoretically, I think it's gonna fall in the same place that it fall with ETF. But yeah, I think it's gonna be just a little hype if that comes to be, but not
I think
really.
it's pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool. As a Canon partner, Canon. I don't know. Retro Mike Tech. I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong. Give me the breakdown. I'll say it right, but I don't know how to pronounce it, man. It's a proper name, okay? Aaron. Aaron, are you in the house? All right, guys, that's all we got time for today. BC Port Corp. He said, anybody got an idea for a good book for a tween? I'm trying to get my girlfriend's son off of video games. Good freaking luck. You'll never break that cycle, man. Never break that cycle. Shut it down. Tell them to go get a job. I guess that's about the only way. All right, guys, let's go ahead and head out of here. I appreciate everyone joining us today. Shout out to the OGs. Shout out to the alumni. Shout out to Alex O Crypto. And shout out to Crypto Billy. Make sure you guys tune in and check him out tonight. If you guys are interested in using our indicators that we use here on the show, this channel, obviously brought to you by Chart Prime, check it out below. And we appreciate you guys using that. And yeah, check out decrypted.tax because it's tax season. It's here. I've already started mine. I'm ready. I just got to wait for Robinhood. But OC, appreciate you being here, and we will catch everybody tomorrow. OC, you're going to be live tonight.
Yes, I'm gonna be
Trade live
tonight.
with OC tonight at what time?
That would be what time is it for you right now?
7.
Is CST?
Same
Yeah,
time as you,
7.
9:57.
Perfect. So 7
Yeah.
p.m.
So
CST.
okay, 7 p.m. CST. That would be 8 p.m. on the East Coast.
No.
No,
You are EST or you are CST?
I'm same as you.
Oh, right.
I'm Central.
Oh, Central. All right. So yeah, 7 p.m. CST then.
Okay, perfect. You guys check him out tonight. If you don't know, hit the notification bell. You get notified when he goes live. That's how you do that. you guys haven't subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe to us, smash the like button. Till next time, guys, we'll be back tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I know what time we go live for the morning market report, bringing you guys the news, the headlines, the charts, the knowledge, everything you need to have knowledge, because knowledge is profit. Until next time, guys, trade safe and use some risk management. Later.
That's the rap. Chart stack data never lie. Piper led the mission, OC in the sky. Spaghetti on the screen, but the vision stay prime. Chart prime visual, signals on time. Alumni strong, we built from the grind. Lessons in the market that'll outlive time. Knowledge is profit, you know how we run. Till the next one, stay sharp, get it done. You can't handle the truth. Emotional damage. We'll see you at the next one.
Know what the fuck they're doing.
Morning market report out. 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 Boom shakalaka. We'll see you at the next one. Morning market report out. We'll see you at the next one. Morning market report. Ow.
That was awesome, dude. Hey, it didn't break. What else you got?